I know it's been a while, nearly 2 months in fact, since my last DuckTales review, but I'm back at it. I'm Youngberg, and in today's video, I will be reviewing 3 of the episodes of the 2017 DuckTales Reboot. The episodes in question are Beware of the Buddy System, The Missing Links of Moorshire, and McMystery at McDuck McManor. I will give you all my brief thoughts regarding each episode. I will be on vacation for this week, and when I return I will be providing my reviews for the other episodes that I have missed giving reviews on. I may be able to get at least one of those reviews out during my vacation, but I cannot guarantee it. So let's begin with Beware of the Buddy System. So I did think this was a pretty interesting episode. Got to see a bit more about robots in this world that's being set up. Sorry, I lost my train of thought there. But see a bit more. We get to see the first appearance of Gizmo-Duck. We get a callback to Darkwing Duck, which apparently in the DuckTales 2017 universe is a TV series, which kind of a neat way of including that character without trying to force it awkwardly in, which I really like. And there's a lot of other stuff. We got to see the character Fenton Crackshow, now reimagined as a Hispanic/Latino character, and corresponding the name is now Fenton Crackshow Cabrera, which I think is kind of neat. Does make the character a little more memorable, and also if I remember correctly, Fenton is voiced by Lin-Manuel Miranda. So yeah, so that's a neat little thing there. There's just another neat thing, again, like how dangerous robotic intelligence can be when it doesn't have a good moral system behind it, which kind of is what in this episode's inspiration for Gizmo-Duck. Essentially, you get the computer and the robot, but it has a human controlling it to provide the moral foundation to prevent it from getting rogue. That's kind of how I believe it was in the original DuckTales series, but I did like how they carried that on and kind of made the character more his own, not so bland in a way. Just kind of neat more stuff. And one last thing I do want to mention before I move on to the next episode, as I said, these are short reviews, is that when it was doing the callback to Darkwing Duck as Darkwing Duck being a TV show, they mentioned that Darkwing Duck says to himself that he needs to get shorter, what's the word I was looking for, intros? It doesn't say here, but it's just a shorter, system, I guess, shorter introduction, catchphrase, because of how it is. Sorry about that. Okay, let's move on to the next episode, The Missing Links of Moorshire, which I thought this was a particularly weird episode. Did like the golfing behind it, but like some part of it was like weird. Those the kelpies, I think is what they're called. Yeah, they just seem very weird. Granted, as I am looking over the wiki, it's a reference to My Little Pony, which I'm not into at all, so that does explain kind of why I thought them to be a bit weird. But after I watched this episode, and in fact only a few days before recording my review, I was reading Harry Potter, and they make a reference to kelpies as a creature in the Wizarding world. but totally unconnected. I just thought I'd mention it. But yeah, I saw they were kind of weird. And the golfing thing I didn't mind too much, mainly because the golfing was just a backdrop to essentially a lesson on a little bit of patience and a lesson on the relationship between a student and a teacher, that the teacher should not be all in about him or herself, but should be all in about his or her student, and that the student thrive and shine in his or her own way. I really did like that message there. I also particularly enjoyed Huey, I think. Yeah, Huey and Launchpad's commentary of everything that's going on. It was just, in my opinion, probably one of the most very comical, because Launchpad, who's normally always causing lots of the problems, you can say, in DuckTales, like with a more high voice, but very monotone throughout the episode for a good portion of it, or like the end. And also ends up giving the good old message of this episode. And here we was like, oh, that's quite intelligent. And then he eats some golf balls. Like, you gotta throw that in there, but kind of like how he behaved in this entire episode was comical, because it was not him normally, but it was still him because it was comical somehow, which just works so nicely. That's actually really it I want to say on this episode, so let's move on to the last episode I am reviewing in this review is McMystery at McDuck McManor. So I found this pretty enjoyable as well, and I really liked the two twists at the end. One of them I did like better. I liked how now that that Scrooge's old butler Duckworth is now back as a ghost. They imply that he died, obviously, now that he's a ghost. But kind of a good and unique way to get him back into the series, because he was just there, kind of boring to be honest, in the original DuckTales series, just there cleaning every now and not cleaning, but like dusting a picture or something very delicately or something, like just there, and was kind of boring. Now he's a bit more interesting and apparently has a sense of humor and a good party planner. And I really like the episode, like how they finally figured out at the end, which I didn't know at first either, that the person who wanted to kidnap Scrooge from his own birthday party would be Scrooge, and how that was more fun to him than the party itself. I just found that to be very enjoyable at large. Yeah, very enjoyable. The other things regarding this episode, like how all the guests are Scrooge's rivals, because apparently his rivals, when you want to invite some of the most influential people in Duckburg to a short party, not a short party, but to a party on short notice, ends up being his rivals. Just kind of a neat little thing right there. Yeah. There's probably a bunch of other stuff I can list about that episode, but like, I did kind of like again in the beginning how Donald is scrambling to leave to avoid Scrooge's birthday, and then of course Webby and Mrs. Bickley are go off to give Webby some training to get out of Scrooge's hair. So Huey and Dewey and Louie are left there, kind of not knowing what else to do, so they throw a party. And it's just kind of fun to see how it all unfolds, to say the least. So that's really it I have regarding my review for these episodes. So as I stated earlier, I hope to potentially get my review for the next episode, Jaws, with the S being a money sign, out sometime later this week while I'm on vacation, if I can get it watched and my review recorded before I leave. If not, it will be out as soon as possible when I get back from my vacation a week from today. But that is all I have for you today. And that, of course, concludes my reviews of Beware of the Buddy System, The Missing Links of Moorshire, and McMystery at McDuck McManor. My question for you today is, what did you think of these episodes of the 2017 DuckTales Reboot? Let me know in the comment section down below. If you enjoyed this review, please like the video and subscribe to my channel for future reviews. Also consider following me. Let me restart that. Also consider following me. I feel like I keep on tripping up on following, but do consider following me on social media and supporting me on Patreon in exchange for some extra and early content. Thank you for watching, and as always, have a good day, a good night, wherever you are. Have a good one.